Your first year in college will be a challenging but rewarding transition from high school. We want you to feel comfortable and confident as you make this transition. You're not alone in connecting with others who have been in the same situation that can enlighten and encourage you as you embark upon your new educational journey. Our next guest is a self-made millionaire, business mogul, and UHD alumni. He's been featured on ABC, Fox News, and awarded the Houston Black Chamber Pinnacle Business Award, the 2019 Quest for Success Award, and recognized as one of the top 50 Black professionals and entrepreneurs in the state of Texas. With brands all over television, radio, and social media, you may already know who this distinguished Gator is. Not only is he the co-founder of She's Happy Hair Beauty Empire, but he's also an author, comedian, United States Navy veteran, and philanthropist. Please give a warm Gator welcome to our UHD alumni, Mr. Marcus Bowers.
When you up in H-Town looking for some bundles, hit me up pronto, I tell you where to go.
Girl, you better go to She's Happy Hair. You better go to She's Happy Hair.
All right, awesome. After you graduated from UHD, how long did that take for your business to actually launch?
So when I graduated from UHD, I went back to my engineering job, and I was letting them know, like, hey, I got the degree. I heard that, and everybody's gonna hear this. And when you get a degree, when you get the paper, you get the paper. And so I showed back up to my job, like, hey, I got, I done graduated, you know what I'm saying? I've been here all my life. If you get a 4-year degree, you get this money, you know? So I'm looking for the raise and everything, and they weren't giving it to me as soon as I would have liked. And so I started pursuing other opportunities along with business opportunities. So I started applying for other situations, other engineering firms, but at the same time, I started ordering hair, and we ordered maybe $800 worth of hair initially. We sold $800 worth of hair, and then we took that profit and bought more hair, and then we sold that, and then we took that profit, and then that was how it happened. And so I love to tell everybody that it's not about your idea, it's not about the money, it's about the education, because everybody get $800 here and there. We just got these stimulus checks, $1,200. If I got a $1,200 stimulus checks, I'm getting rich again, but everybody getting these stimulus checks and they're not getting rich. And it's because we don't have the same experiences and the same education.
Wow, oh my goodness. So you created an entire brand, an entire empire off of $800.
From $800 to $80 million in sales today.
Oh my goodness. Are you students listening? $80 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I normally don't brag about the money part, but I definitely want you guys, if that's what motivates you, then know that you can do it after you get educated. But a lot of people, they try to get the business loans. I see the GoFundMe pages, and that's not how you start a business. You can give anybody the money to go start a business, but if they don't have the right knowledge, it's not going to sustain.
Wow, this is incredible. So you've written a book, and you've written the book, The Martin Luther King Boulevard Road Street Mindset. So can you tell us about what this book is and what inspired you to become a published author? So
growing up off Martin Luther King, if you don't know anything about any MLK across the United States, it's the hood. It's the same upbringing. You go through the same trials and tribulations. It's the same survival methods that you got to go through to get out, to go seek other things and just kind of see what's new and different. And so that book is dedicated to whoever is stuck off Martin Luther King, jumping from high school into the real world. I think if I'd have had a book like that, life would have been a lot easier. And so I wrote that book because I know that I could do this again. And so I feel like, hey, if you read my book and you're growing up the way that I grew up, then life would be a cakewalk for you. If you don't read my book, then you'd be going another direction or another route that I don't know was at the end of that rainbow. If you go this way, though, I know that you have a better chance at life here in America. Again, you can be black in America, or you can be an African American veteran in America. And so I choose the latter. And I think that if people kind of recognize what comes with being a veteran, you wouldn't hesitate to go and serve. And so a lot of times in our communities, we don't highlight that time in service. And so that book is to highlight the time in service. It's to highlight the fact that business degrees matter. It's to highlight the fact that in life, if you go back and get your lick back, you'll never be successful. You know, it's a lot of those things, and the chapters in the book just kind of highlight each and every one of those things. But the biggest that I really enjoyed about the book is you can be better than yesterday. You know, it's not about staying the same. Again, that's one of my favorite slogans and phrases, because a lot of people want things, but they don't do the work to get it. And I think that life is just about being better than yesterday. And so reading that book will definitely make sure that you are better than yesterday, fresh after high school. We don't have enough leaders talking to the youth about the real world. You know, you graduate high school, you can get a job, you can go straight to school, you can go to the military, or you can do nothing. And being 37, my life being a veteran is a lot better than some other people that made some other decisions. It's about the lifelong education. It's just so much, and I just put it all in one book. I think people that want to be great leaders in the world, you got to create to be great. You know, if you ain't creating, you ain't great. If people that can't see what you've done, they can't see your work, they can't press play on an interview, we can't Muhammad Ali you, then you're not great.
Wow, wow. So what kind of advice do you give students that may not have that motivation at this point? I mean, you know, coming from high school, transitioning into college can be scary, very, very scary, or transitioning period, just transitioning out of high school and becoming an adult. So what kind of advice do you give those students to kind of break out of that fear so that they can start facing life? You know, I'll share this with you. My grandmother, I should write a book. I probably am going to write a book about all the sayings that my grandmother said, things that she used to say. And one of the things that she used to tell me and tell all of her kids, she had 1 billion kids, but she used to say that, you know, you're doing great as long as you're facing life. And when life starts facing you, then that's when you have the problem. And I really couldn't understand that, you know, growing up, but now I get it. And so life is going to continue to happen. So how do you motivate someone that's kind of just sitting there and you see life is it's about to hit them real hard?
Real hard.
How do you encourage them to say, hey, you need to get out of the line of fire, or jump in and you know, take action over your life?
I think one of the biggest things is just being who you want to be, not who you used to be.
Gotcha.
You know, so if you be who you want to be and not who you used to be, then you can only go that direction. And then, you know, I just applying the knowledge that you need, whatever it is that you want to be in life, you don't have to wait. Like, do it now. Like, if you graduate in high school and you want to be whatever title you want to give, go study it. Go to the University of YouTube. Go to the University of Houston downtown. Go wherever it is you need to go to get that knowledge, because it's never going to come to you. And, you know, bigger than that, I just think that nobody should be afraid of the new. You know, nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow, but you can prepare today. And so even though I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, I'm prepared. You know, so whatever life throws at me, I'm ready for it. You know, if the world gets close to ending, hopefully I'm the last one here. You know, because I'm trained, I'm educated, I got the finances to make it happen. If not, you know, I'll go read about it and figure out what else I need to learn to get the knowledge and get confident on whatever my future might hold.
Wow, this is amazing. So let me ask you this, Marcus. Did you ever envision, whenever you were starting off with that $800 and you were creating this brand and this business, did you ever think that it would grow to the stature that it is right now? Did you even have that idea or that mind frame or that thought?
Not at all. I just knew that that we were onto something. You know, I didn't know that it would grow to $80 million in sales plus. I did not know that that we would be a household brand across the U.S. I didn't know any of those things. I just knew that once we started together, myself and Warren Brodnick, who's the CEO, that we wasn't going back. You know, so we all grew up in the same neighborhoods, the same area, the same impoverished conditions, and I just knew I wasn't going back that way. So even if it wasn't hair, it was going to be something that was going to kind of get me out of wherever I was at.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So you speak a lot about giving back, and so you host an annual Shark Tank experience called the Fishbowl here in Houston. So tell us a little bit about this initiative and what inspired you to launch it.
I'm the proudest veteran that I know. I don't know anybody else in America that's as proud as I am, that talks about the military the way that I do, and actually with with the belief behind it. It's like, no, it worked. Like, it really saved my life. Like, you know, so when I'm talking about that, I'm passionate about it. And so I recognize that in some communities, they're given that blueprint. In our communities, they're not given the blueprint. You know, they kind of shut it down. Like, no, don't go to the military. You know, don't go fight and serve, and you know all that stuff. So I created the Fishbowl Experience, one, to change that rhetoric. I wanted myself and other proud veterans to be louder than the people that never went and fought and served. That's telling the rest of the community not to go. So I want my veterans, my peers, to echo what I'm saying, whether it's in the book or at the Fishbowl Experience. And so the Fishbowl Experience, again, you know, starting She's Happy with just $800, we know that it doesn't take a lot of money to actually start a business. So the Fishbowl Experience, we get an opportunity to college graduates and military veterans of all forces, Navy, Marines, Army, all of them, National Guard, Coast Guard, whatever you want to think of,
Even
right?
the Coasties.
Yeah, you come through, pitch an idea for your chance to win up to $30,000 to $50,000.
Oh my goodness.
And so all you got to do is pitch your idea. If you pitch your idea to a team of shark tankers, fish bowlers, you know, millionaire panelists, somebody's going to like your idea, and it may take another $800 to make 80 million in sales years later, right? Just like we did. Or we might want to invest more than 800. I might hear your idea and want to invest 20,000, because I believe that it just takes a team as well as the education and the money to make it happen. And so if you got the idea, we got everything else. And so that's where that idea came from. And we're going to do it every year. We actually did it here last year on University of Houston downtown campus. So that was a blessing to do it here. Before we did it at the Marriott, one of them nice locations downtown. And then this year, of course, we plan on doing it virtually, you know, because of the pandemic. So we're still giving the Houston area the opportunity to pitch an idea for a chance to get this money. The past 2 years, we've had a lot of people come through and pitch ideas and actually bring them to life. There's a liquor store company right now called Royalties Wine and Liquor. It's open now on the north side. They were part of the Fishbowl Experience this year. Another company is Cinema Anywhere. It's a guy named Brandon Coleman. He came through the Fishbowl Experience, and I think he quit his job already or he's about to. You know what I'm saying? And then the year before that, we had Bayou Egg Rolls. It's a restaurant concept that was started in Missouri City. Right there next to Willie Ridge High School, in that same little area, Ridgemont area, and they're up and running. I think they may be expanding to like a drive-through or something soon. So it's those ideas that people just kind of don't think about that come to the Fishbowl Experience, and then we end up bringing them to life. And sometimes we're not even investors on it. Sometimes we just give advice, and they go and grow, you know. So I think anybody can benefit from the Fishbowl Experience. It's necessary, and it's a part of being remembered. You know, again, either you can live or you can be remembered, and I'm definitely trying to be remembered.
Wow, that is incredible. So all of the accolades that you've got, all the blessings that you've had, you're able to impart that on other people, other brands, other businesses, and grow those businesses. And so you have a hand in that. I think that that's amazing. So students, if you're listening to this, while you're listening, it is so important and imperative that you give back to your community whenever you do glow up. You know, that's the new phrase. The students like to glow up. So when you do glow up, you definitely want to give back to your community and help others that are coming along the path that you've been on.
And so with the Fishbowl Experience, also to add to that, we bring high school students from all over the city. So they're in the audience along with the actual business entrepreneurs that are pitching their ideas. But the students are there to get introduced to entrepreneurship as well as ask the questions about the military. Because a lot of veterans are there that got true answers for their questions that may not know which service to go into or which direction to go in, but we do.
But what advice or encouragement would you give our students that are coming into UHD and that are trying to pursue their dreams? What would your last thoughts or advice be to give to those students?
To stay the course. You know, even though when you're going through school, you hear people saying school's not important. Or your degrees are a waste of time, or just all those negative things. But I think just stay the course and know that the people outside holding the "will work for food" signs don't have degrees. So that's my advice to them. And if you are doing something in life that you don't like, or you don't enjoy, or you're clocking in somewhere where it's just horrible, horrible conditions. You don't like it there. Go learn something new. You know, and if you have a job that's not career oriented, or there's no career development there, then get one that does, because there's a difference between a job and a career. And if you just working a job every day, clocking in for somebody else, you got to clock out at some point in time and then clock in for yourself. And so don't wait until you're 60 to realize that you got to start clocking in for yourself even after you clock out. I think it's important to know that now. So life is about multitasking, not doing one thing. They teach us that in grade school. In grade school, you got English, you got math, you got social studies, and that's what life is. Life is about multitasking, not just in grade school, but for the rest of your life. So when I see people that just got a job, I get mad. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what are you that's it? You know what I'm saying? You just got a job? You know, the job, that's English. Wow. You know, where does social studies come in? Where does history, you know, where does all the other subjects come in life? And so you're the CEO of your life. And so manage it wisely.
Wow, that's amazing. You guys, it has been an extreme pleasure to sit down and just talk to you. I really want to do this again, okay? So keep me on your radar.
For sure.
But we're going to do a selfie, okay, guys? So let me try something. It's going to be off the cuff now. So, Marcus, this is your camera right over here.
Okay,
all right, so we're going to focus in on you so that way you can do like a little smile, maybe hold up your magazine.
Which
there.
I'm very proud of.
Yeah, he's very proud of his magazine for UHD. And you guys that are watching, I want you guys to go ahead and take a picture with your computer screen or your iPad screen. Take a picture with Marcus, and then I need you to tag him on his social media. So can you tell us what your social media is, Mr. Bowers?
My social
Look
media
at he's ready.
It's Marcus Bowers TV. Of course, MarcusBowers, and definitely to the class students that are listening, be yourself on social media. Be yourself online. You'll last longer. You'll last longer.
All right, guys. So you heard it here. Go ahead and follow him. It's on Instagram, right?
Everything: Instagram, Snapchat, Christian Mingle, whatever you can think of. You can find Marcus Bowers TV on there. Again, be yourself.
But again, Marcus, it has been my pleasure to interview you today, and we look forward to all of the great success that you have coming up in the near future. So just give it up for him, guys. So,
man, thank you so much for reaching out. Thanks, Bernard.
All right, no problem. Thank you.